The storm is gone, but the snow is not going anywhere just yet. This was the view from Sky 9 out in the foothills near Evergreen today, where they got nearly 3 feet of snow. And take a look at this view from Lookout Mountain at sunset. The Golden area getting about 25 inches of snow. Beautiful sight there. All of that snow will gradually melt away through the rest of the weekend and into next week. But the clouds today certainly helping slow that process a bit. Lauren Robinson joining us now. Lauren, the great melt is officially upon us.
That's right. Areas in the foothills that got several feet of snow, well, it's going to take a little while to melt all of that snow. While here in downtown Denver, some areas already seeing the ground. It really just depends on what side of the street you're on. Let's go ahead and take a look at our temperatures right now across the state. We're at 43 degrees at DIA. Not too bad for this late in the day, this time of year. We're seeing lots of 40s across the Front Range and Eastern Plains. A little bit cooler to the south, 38 right now in Colorado Springs. We're seeing 20s and 30s in the high country, 40s out west. Now, as we take a look at our 24-hour temperature change map, you can see we are just a little bit warmer than we were this time last night. 6 degrees warmer in Denver, and to the south and southeast, we're seeing temperatures over 10 degrees warmer in the last 24 hours. So we will see the warming trend really stick around and intensify over the next few days, especially as we move into the start of spring. But let's go ahead and take a look at our HD Doppler radar. We do have a system off to the southwest that's been bringing steady snow showers, mostly across the Four Corners region, now across southern portions of the I-25 corridor, western portions of the I-70 corridor. We could see a stray raindrop or a snowflake in Denver as we go through the rest of the evening. Nothing too strong around the metro. I'll have details on what we're looking at in the first day of spring just ahead of my 7-day forecast.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Lauren. We'll talk about timing. Days before this week's winter storm blew through Colorado, the city of Denver opened its newest micro-community. Our Janelle Finch shares how dozens turned in their tents for tiny homes just in time.
With a near foot of snow across the Denver metro this week, many weren't outside by choice, but not everyone has easy access to the indoors.
I mean, nobody wants to be out in that, especially as crazy as it was.
Hannah Dew with the Colorado Village Collaborative works to bridge the gap from homelessness to housing.
We're trying to provide stability and meet those basic needs.
Just this week, nearly 50 people at an encampment here at Colfax in Umatilla had the choice to trade sidewalks for shelters.
I'm sure the storm helped people to make their way a little bit quicker.
The opportunity came just in time.
So we're collaborating with KUSA, which is the city, and their encampment response team to bring people onto the site. And then once they had done that outreach, marked a day for move-in, which happened to be this past Tuesday.
Welcome to what is really an exciting day for us this morning.
Just days before the storm, the city of Denver opened a micro-community of 60 tiny homes in the Overland neighborhood. 9 News was at Monday's grand opening with Mayor Mike Johnston.
Which is, we think, the first strategy if you want to address unsheltered homelessness is getting people off of the streets and into transitional housing and shelter.
Residents braved the storm with a roof over their heads and 4 stable walls. When the snow finally stopped, they could take care of themselves in ways they couldn't before.
Like being able to utilize laundry, things that have gotten wet. So yes, people are actively doing all of that and super thankful for it, for sure.
The micro-community removes the uncertainty of where someone's sleeping at night, so then people can choose what happens next for them.
We're here for you to help you meet whatever goals that you have for yourself.
The Colorado Village Collaborative says there's no set time limit for how long people can stay in these tiny homes, so people can rely on these micro-communities as an option for shelter in extreme weather and as a stepping stone toward permanent housing. The city's all-in mile-high dashboard says the average stay in a Denver hotel or micro-community is 78 days.
Wow, talk about good timing. Janelle, thank you. Well, the spot that saw the highest recorded snow total from this storm was Aspen Springs, a neighborhood in Gilpin County. Get this, they got a whopping 61.5 inches of snow. Now, a lot of us learned about the Aspen Springs neighborhood just this week, because it turns out there are 2 Aspen Springs. This neighborhood we're talking about is in an area north of Black Hawk along Highway 119. You'll find it as you're driving up to Rawlinsville and Netherland. It is not to be confused with the Aspen Springs community near Pagosa Springs down in southern Colorado. The rest of unincorporated Gilpin County is dealing with the same thing. People who live there are finding out it's tricky and expensive to get plowed out. Today, we spoke with Amber Cusano. She manages 13 short-term rental properties in Gilpin County. She says this is the first day she wasn't trapped by all the snow. But she says plenty of people are still trapped in their homes. All 13 of the properties she manages are occupied. All of them are snowed in, and it's a steep price to fix that problem.
One of my properties, I had to hire an excavator out of Denver for $1,800 to come up and excavate the driveway just to get my renters out because they didn't have any more needles for their insulin for their elderly mother.
Now, the Gilpin County manager says they were hoping to get a dozer up there to clear highways, but a lot of abandoned cars made it difficult to get resources up to the county. Even as snow slowly starts to melt away, crews are warning about the danger of black ice. Black ice is, of course, much thinner and harder to see. When it becomes wet from warming temps, it's slick and can be very dangerous for drivers. Colorado State Patrol says those icy conditions were a factor in this pileup on I-25 this morning near Castle Rock. It involved at least 7 cars. CSP says it happened around 6 o'clock this morning in the southbound lanes near the North Meadows Drive exit. One person was taken to the hospital. The lanes are back open now, but CSP is still warning drivers to slow down, saying those lanes are still icy. Well, the snow has been cleared out at DIA and airlines are getting back on schedule, but they're still dealing with a few hundred delays today. The airport says they're getting ready for a busy weekend of spring break travel. DIA is expecting a record number of passengers over the next 2 weeks. They say the busiest days are expected to be today, tomorrow, and next Friday. That's when people will be coming home. And with the storm behind us and snow still on the ground, some parks around the state are doing a lot of digging to get back to normal.